Good afternoon. We're going to be making some lunch, and I'm going to be making some lunch with a very specific target audience or group in mind. It's people who have type 2 diabetes, and it can also translate onto a group of women who have gestational diabetes. So it's so easy to put this recipe together that it is something with a whole beautiful tapestry of flavors that is intriguing, precise, and just plain beautiful. So we start with a big salad bowl. I have some sumac right in the bottom, and to that I'm going to be adding in some avocado oil. Now to the avocado oil I'm going to be adding in some apple cider vinegar. So apple cider vinegar is really good for type 2 diabetes and gestational diabetes. Even if you were to have it on an empty stomach in the night with some water, you could also have it half an hour before every meal. It really keeps your blood sugars in check. But of course, before starting any protocol, you want to consult with your physician. So to this, I'm going to be adding in some green bell pepper, just cut up. Just make sure all of the white inside of the bell pepper is removed. We call it capsicum in India. And to that, I'm going to be adding in some red onion. I like the real sharp tinge of flavor that comes with the red onion. So we're going to put that in the base. So this is broccoli stems. I've just marinated it with a little bit of lemon juice and salt ahead of time. So rather than throwing it away, it can be utilized like so. And to this, I'm going to be adding in some pink radish. So whenever you cut pink radish, always soak them in some water, just so it kind of maintains its crispness right through. So we're going to put that through here. And to this, in this juncture, I'm going to be adding in some kelp granules. It's a great source of iodine and phenomenal flavors that get together. Now to this, we're going to be adding in some baby kale. I love using baby kale in this recipe. It just gives the right kind of hardiness in the leaf. So once we add that in, I'm going to be adding in some cut English cucumber. At this point in time, I'm going to be adding in some black pepper, some salt to taste, a little bit of pumpkin seeds. I'm going to keep a little bit for garnish for later, and some microgreens, pea shoots. Now you have to remember that if you're making your germinated shoots at home, you're doing your microgreens at home, which is the only way that I would recommend doing it. It is important to pay attention to mold. You don't really want mold because you could have listeria when you are going through pregnancy. So it's really important, even for other people, not just pregnant women, it's not a good idea to have the mold in your diet. So it's really good to look for where you buy it from. And some of these sprouts and other microgreens that are bought commercially could have this transferring. So be a little careful around that. I'm going to add the juice of about half a lemon, and I'm ready to plate in just a minute. Welcome back. This is a perfect lunch item, but I also think it's a great snack, and it's so good for you, and it's so fabulous for your health. So I'm just going to serve it like so. It has very little calorific intake, plenty of nourishment. And to this, some amaranth sprouts. It just looks so beautiful, the amaranth microgreens. Beautiful, plenty of micronourishment, a lot of C and E and even some K actually. So I'm going to be putting in some basil all through. I'm going to be adding in some ginger juice right on top. I like a hint of ginger. Some plum vinegar. We'll link everything in the bottom for you to make it easy. and some lovely pumpkin seeds. Perfect nourishment. It's time to do a taste test. Just beautiful. To me, it has the right amount of spice from the ginger and the black pepper. Beautiful hint of sour from all of those different sources. The apple cider vinegar, the ume plum vinegar, the lemon juice, a little bit of crunch from the pumpkin seeds, plenty of nourishment, and greens all the way. Crispness from the cucumber and the radish. Delightful. So complete. You know, when women are pregnant, they have a tendency to look for things which are sour. For some strange reason, it appeases them. And there are some women who really go through a difficult time in their pregnancy with nausea, and the ginger juice is just a perfect complement for it. So whether you're pregnant or not, whether you have diabetes or not, and whether you like salads or not, this is a recipe that you might want to give a try, because it just brings together nourishment in its very complete sense. Until we meet again in another episode of AUMcuisine, this is Vaidya Priyanka.